All the beer that we serve is made right back here. I was born and raised in Shelby. I grew up here, went off to school in Raleigh, and moved back here to raise a family. And when we moved back to Shelby in 1979, you could ride down the street on a Friday or Saturday night, and you were lucky to see another car.
When we took a good look at the town, we realized there were so many abandoned buildings. There was hardly anyone on the streets. So we started out with a 30-person task force in February of 2006. We knew we were poor, we knew we needed to bring some industry in, and we brought in the tourism industry.
Some of the artists that have been at the Don Gibson Theater.
I think as we talked to folks that was in the business, everywhere we went, and they said, what is your attraction? What's going to cause people to come? And we said, well, we've got Earl Scruggs and we got Don Gibson, and everybody, oh man, if we had those names. And so there's no doubt we used those names, and still do today, to attract and try to draw people downtown.
You know, in our case, it's just Don. You know, Don was a regular guy and he was a regular person, but to the world, Don Gibson was a superstar. You know, he was a singer-songwriter that had some of the biggest hits in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. As people see that, and people, you know, outside of the county and outside of the state see that, and they come to the theater to remember Don, or at least experience a little bit about, you know, his legacy.
Then Earl Scruggs, he sort of changed the face of the banjo because of Earl and what he'd done with the banjo and caused other people to do with the banjo, made bluegrass what it turned out to be.
Earl was the best banjo player in the world. We couldn't just have any kind of museum. We needed something that was first quality, that would indeed draw the tourists to Cleveland County.
CIP on both of these tanks.
Once Destination Cleveland County was formed and Scruggs Center opened, Don Gibson, then we had other businesses and restaurants that took a chance on really making a statement here in town. And some people come in, they say, wow, look at all the things that have happened in the last 4 or 5 years. And I've told them, I said, yeah, it's been a 38-year overnight success story.
Everybody, don't you give up, no.
People are becoming exhausted with the hustle and bustle of the larger cities, and so they're looking for a more quiet place to live, but a place that also offers them a lot of things to do. And so I think that that's what's happening with Shelby. Like, we have a lot of companies and a lot of things going on uptown. More people are drawn here, hanging out, having fun, meeting like-minded people. Just, it's gonna be amazing. In the next 10 years, Shelby is going to be, whew, like, bigger than we ever thought it could be, I think.
Part of my motivation was to bring back the town that I grew up in, that I loved and I always have, and to try to make this as attractive of a place as possible for people to come back to and to start their own family.